Welcome to week 9 of Scott's Week in Sports today, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'll be doing my top 10 picks for the NBA draft, which is tonight on ESPN. And I'll also be doing my best in the world predictions for Ring of Honor's pay-per-view tomorrow night in Lowell, Massachusetts. Let's get started. So with the first pick in the 2017 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers are going to draft Markelle Fultz out of the University of Washington. I think he is a very good player. I did not get to see a lot of him in play this season based on how bad Washington was, but I think that Markelle Fultz will be the consensus number 1 pick here, so I will go with that as the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. With pick number 2, the Los Angeles Lakers and Magic Johnson did their first of 3 number 1 first-round picks this year, and I think they will draft Lonzo Ball out of the University of California, Los Angeles. I think he is the best player available and maybe the best point guard in the draft, and he would be the number 1 pick in my opinion if it wasn't for LeVar Ball telling us how great his son is when we haven't even seen him play 1 minute in the NBA. With pick number 3, the Boston Celtics are going to go with Jason Tatum out of the University of Duke. I think Jason Tatum slightly better than Josh Jackson right now because of how far both teams made it in the NCAA tournament this year. Jason Tatum had a very good season at Duke, but so did Josh Jackson, so it's pretty much coin flip there for number 3 with Boston. So pick number 4, I think that the Phoenix Suns are going to go with Josh Jackson, like I was just talking about, out of the University of Kansas. I think Josh Jackson's just a little bit lower on my draft board than Jason Tatum is right now because I just don't think Josh Jackson had as good of a year as Jason Tatum did. But if the Celtics want to go with Josh Jackson, they can. At pick number 5, the Sacramento Kings are going to go with De'Aaron Fox out of the University of Kentucky. I think he is the best point guard, the next best player on the board. And I think he has played very, very well for Coach Calipari in the University of Kentucky last year. At pick number 6, the Orlando Magic will go with Dennis Smith Jr. out of the University of NC State. The kid's 6'2" and 195, so I really like him. Right now, I think he's a very good player, and I think he could make a major splash on the Orlando Magic franchise this year and hopefully turn the tide for us as we start to become a better team in the Eastern Conference. With pick number 6, the Minnesota Timberwolves will go with Jonathan Isaac out of the University of Florida State. I think he's one of the best players in this draft, and I think he will be a very good star for the Minnesota Timberwolves to go with Karl-Anthony Towns and maybe Ricky Rubio if they keep him up. But a lot of people are saying they will trade Ricky Rubio, so we'll see what goes on with that as well. With pick number 8, Phil Jackson and the New York Knicks will go with Frank Ntilikina, the point guard from France. I think he is the next best available player, in my opinion, based on what I've seen. And I think he works very well in the triangle offense that Phil Jackson wants to run in New York. With pick number 9, the Dallas Mavericks will go with Malik Monk out of the University of Kentucky. I believe Malik Monk is a very good player, but I just don't think he is as good as De'Aaron Fox is. So I think number 9 is the perfect spot for Malik Monk to go as he joins the Dallas Mavericks, in my opinion. With pick number 10, the Sacramento Kings are going to go with Lauri Markkanen out of the University of Arizona. This kid is one of the best players in the draft. He can play either the 4 or the 5, in my opinion. I think he'll work better as a 4 than a 5, but I think he can definitely shoot the outside ball, which is perfect for Sacramento because they just lost Boogie Cousins a couple months ago after the NBA All-Star game, and I think that he will take over for what Boogie had in Sacramento. Now on to my best in the world predictions for this weekend in Lowell, Massachusetts tomorrow night. First match on the card, the main event of the night, as almighty Christopher Daniels puts his Ring of Honor World Championship on the line against the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. And I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes in this match. I believe that the Bullet Club will find a way to help out their buddy Cody Rhodes and win him his first ever World Championship in Ring of Honor. With the next match on the card for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, as Kushida puts his newly won Ring of Honor Television Championship on the line against the former champion, the Villain, Marty Scurll. I think Marty Scurll will get his title back tomorrow night in Lowell, Massachusetts. He has been looking very impressive ever since getting signed by Ring of Honor, and I think he will continue to look impressive this weekend as he gets the win over Kushida and gets his Ring of Honor Television Championship back from Kushida. Next up for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships, as Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, put their titles on the line against Hanson and Ray Rowe, the War Machine. This is a very good match, I think, and I think that the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, will find a way to walk out of Lowell, Massachusetts still, Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. They have been very impressive ever since winning those titles back in April at Supercard of Honor right here in Orlando, right down the road from Orlando in Lakeland, Florida. So I think that they will retain their Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships this weekend in Lowell, Massachusetts. Next up for the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Championships, as Bully Ray and the Briscoes put their titles on the line against Dalton Castle and his boys. And I think that Bully Ray and the Briscoes will win the match here and retain the 6-Man World Tag Team Championships, because Dalton Castle does have a lot of experience in the ring, but the boys do not have enough experience right now for me. So I will take Bully Ray and the Briscoes to retain the Ring of Honor 6-Man Tag Team Championships. Next up, as Pro Wrestling's last real man, Silas Young, goes against Jay Lethal. I think Jay Lethal will pick up the win here over the last real man, Silas Young, because I think that Jay Lethal is a better wrestler, and I think that he will prove that tomorrow night as he gets a win over the last real man, Silas Young, tomorrow night in Lowell, Massachusetts, in a very good match. Next up in a strap match, it'll be Hangman Page representing the Bullet Club against the Heavy Metal Rebel, Frankie Kazarian. And I think that Frankie Kazarian will get some revenge on Adam Page after what he's been doing to a lot of Frankie Kazarian's friends the last couple of months. So I think that Frankie Kazarian will get the win over Hangman Page tomorrow night in Lowell, Massachusetts at Best in the World. And the final match on the card will be a losing team must disband match, as it will be the Rebellion, Kenny King, Rhett Titus, Caprice Coleman, and Shane Taylor going against Search and Destroy, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Jay White, and Jonathan Gresham. So I think that Search and Destroy will pick up the win here. They have been a very good tag team the last couple of months. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley have been a great tag team for the last couple of months. In the last couple of years as the Motor City Machine Guns. And I also think that Jay White and Jonathan Gresham will be great wrestlers as well in the near future. So I think that Search and Destroy will pick up the win, and the Rebellion will have to disband. And that is unfortunately all the time I have for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a nice comment down below, and give this video a big thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time right here on Scott's Weekend Sports right here on YouTube. See you later, guys.